I'm Hope here at In Balance, and I wanted to show you some exercises with the magic circle today. So we use this in Pilates a lot, and we think, oh, we're just going to use it because it's a great way to work the inner thighs. But it's actually, there's a lot more uses for it than just the inner thighs. And so I want to show you some exercises to show where you can really work the whole body with it, which is what I like to do when I use this in my Pilates mat classes. So we'll start with some standing work, and I love to start my class with standing work just to get yourself centered, to get yourself grounded, to warm up the body, get the blood flowing. So starting with legs in a turnout position, opening out from the hips, one hand on either side of the circle. So we'll start here with just some plies, so just bending the knees, bringing the arms out in front and straightening the knees. So yes, we're working the legs, we're getting our legs warmed up, but if we're actively pressing into the circle, we're also working the top half of the body. So we feel the interior delts working a little bit, we feel the shoulders. And as you're moving here, think of moving the arms from the back. So activating the back to move the arms, and rather than just letting the arms move up and down, moving through space without purpose. So I like to remind my students to move with purpose. Engage the right muscles before you move, rather than just moving without thinking about it. So as you move here, we feel the abs working too, abdominals pull down, up and in into the back. And let's go one more here. And then we'll hold it down in this last one, working on a little balance, so we'll lift both heels up with the arms, and then bring it back down to center. So again, I'm actively pressing with both hands into the circle. So as the arms move, I feel the insides of the arms, the chest, interior delts, those little muscles in the front working to move the arms. And while we're at it, we're also working on balance. Feeling all 10 toes on the floor. Our abs are working to support our body weight. And let's go one more here, and just the arms down now. So just for moving, now we're just moving the arms up and down here. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, and then last one. And we'll bring it up overhead. Now you can lower the heels here if you want, or keep them up to just challenge yourself. We bend the elbows, and then extend. Inhale, bend. Now from here, we're opening the elbows out, drawing the shoulders down. We start to feel the biceps working a little bit. And then we can hold it down on this one and press in. And now we're really working the arms. We feel biceps, we feel shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the arms, lengthen the legs, and lower the heels. We'll bring the arms down, roll the shoulders out, and then go ahead and come down into your mat. And we'll make our way down here to work a different part of the body. So bring in the circle in between the ankles. And we'll start here to get ourselves down to the floor. Engaging the legs so our knees are pointing straight up to the ceiling, arms out to the front. We'll take an inhale here. And exhale, we start to roll down. Keep the feet planted. We bring the body down one bone at a time, reaching the arms to the back. And then rolling back up the same way. Shoulders down, pressing out through the heels, and then stacking the back. So our inner thighs are working. This circle is just reminding us to keep the legs drawn in towards the midline of the body as we roll down and up. And obviously your abdominals are working to help yourself up and down. Let's go down in this next one. Just bring the arms down by the hips and then pull the feet in just a little bit. Now, I'm going to show you 2 different variations here for pelvic curl or shoulder bridge. Starting right now, the circle is still between my ankles. So you want to feel kind of the edge of the circle into the back. The legs are not out too far. On the inhale, we tilt the pelvis and then peel the back, the hips up. Both arms pressing down. Open up through the hips and tighten the abs. Inhale here. Exhale, we roll down, starting from the top of the back. We feel both feet down and shoulders away from the ears. We'll do one more like that, so just lift it up and hold it here. Now, once you get up there, you can kind of walk the shoulders down the back if you feel them creeping up in towards your chin. And then pressing both arms, or reaching both arms to the back, press them both down by the hips. As you move here, moving the arms, just reminding ourselves to keep the weight through the heels. So if our weight is in our shoulders and into our neck, once you move the arms, you're going to feel your body weight shift back, and then you're not going to be able to breathe because your arms are so close to your head. So we want to feel weight out through the heels, all the work in the back of the legs as the arms move. 2 more here. Exhale, press. And 1 more up. Exhale, press. Inhale, stay there. On the exhale, we start from the top of the back. Work through the spine, coming down one bone at a time. Now, changing the placement of the circle. Take the circle and now bring it above your knees. So a little bit different here. We're going to feel this a little bit more in our inner thighs. Now, I like to remind my class thighs, or tell them here, to now make your circle an oval. So rather than just, if our circle is still circle, our feet would be all the way on the outside of the mat. So really engage the inner thighs. Bring the legs together so now the circle is oval shape. We're smushing it in. Inner thighs are working like crazy. We're going to go again, peeling up here. So tilt the pelvis, peel up, and hold. Now, once we're at the top, we can add some little squeezes. We squeeze in. Chin is off the chest, collarbone is open. We really feel this inner thigh start to working. Exhaling, using the breath here, engaging. Squeeze, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Take the next breath, come all the way down, and release the pelvis. We'll stay here. Now, without losing that inner thigh connection there, we extend the right leg out and bring it back to the floor. Tap the foot, and then extend out. So as this outside leg extends, the other leg is working to stay up towards the ceiling and to press the circle in. So our legs are still working. We'll go 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down. We extend the left leg. We extend. So now our right leg is working. Press the circle in. Keep the circle in the same place, and both knees pointed up to the ceiling. Make sure we don't end up shifting your weight here. We still feel both shoulder blades down, both arms down, and hips are square. And 3 more, and 2 more, and 1 more, and lower. So we'll take the circle out. Let's bring legs together, arms up to the ceiling, and lift both legs up to tabletop. Use the exhale, lift the head and shoulders up, hold it here. Now I like to throw in an ab series with the circle between the hands. So the front of our arms, those interior delts again are working. When we can start here with single leg stretch, pressing legs out. Keeping the head and shoulders lifted off the floor. And then hold it there. We'll reach over past that bent knee, the knee that's at tabletop. And now we can go in for crisscross here. Now I like to make this one a little slower, so slow it down just a little bit. Feel the rotation. Feel the hips in the same place. So we have a tendency here to let our knees kind of go across. When the knees come in, they should come in directly in line with the hips. They're just brushing the midline. Don't let them cross the midline. Upper body stays lifted as you reach side to side here. Let's do one more set. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring everything down. Arms overhead, extend the legs out to the front. And then take a breath to roll up. Bring the arms first, tuck the chin to the chest. Press out through the feet. And now we're up. So we can come all the way up here. And then we'll go into a little spine stretch or a variation of it. So legs out the width of the mat. Feet are flexed, toes pointed. Feet are flexed, knees to the ceiling. Our toes aren't pointed. Bring the side of the circle down into the mat, and then the hands are on the other side. So we're sitting tall here. If you need to bend the knees, you can. If you're stuck down into your pelvis, you've got a tight back, tight hamstrings. Soften the knees a little bit and get right on top of those sits bones, perched right on top. Now this movement here is initiated from our abs, so don't just make it an arm exercise. It's really an ab exercise. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to deepen those abs, round the back, and press down into the circle. Inhale, we extend. Exhale, press. So just like if we were doing a crunch, doing a chest lift off the floor, imagine here that your back is on the floor, or it's really against the wall, but imagine it's on the floor. So when we do that chest lift, we're going into that forward contraction, right? So we're curling right over the top of the ribs, engaging the top half of the abdominals. It's the same motion here. We're just getting a little bit more work into the sides of the body, pressing down into the circle. So careful that you're not here. You're going to stay all up into the shoulders and into the neck. We want to keep it right here in the center and on the outside into the lats. So we extend and lengthen, and then around, press. And one more there, and round and press. Nice. So we'll come up, and then let's bring the circle into the left hand. We'll do a little bit of side body work here. So going into side kneeling kick here, we'll bring the circle to the left hand. Other hand can go on the hip and can go on the head. So we want to stabilize. Our stabilization is going to come from the lats, from the obliques. So careful that you're not here. All your work's going to be in the shoulder. You're going to get all into your neck. That's not where we want the work. The work here on the side body and on the outside leg. So it's kind of out on a diagonal. We'll lift the leg up and then back down. Now it's not about height here. You can lift your leg as high as you want. We want to keep length through the left side or through that supporting side and keep the outside arms straight. So you can make it a super small lift. it off the floor, it's still working. And if you want to go a little bit more advanced, you can bring the arm up here. And 2. And then the next time the leg's up, we'll stay there. Flexing, pull the leg in front. Exhale, point, push back. So just like if you were doing side kick kneeling without the circle, we keep the upper body stable. So we're feeling a little less stable since we've got the hand on the circle, right? And pull forward and back. And then we'll do one more. Pull forward and back. Bring the leg back to center here. We're going to push off the hand and then come up to side stretch. So one hand on either side of the circle, shoulders down and back, reaching over towards the outside leg. And then exhale, come back to center. Think of the arms here like a picture frame. It's framing the face. We don't want it to come in too close to the head. And we don't want the arms moving separately from the body. So the whole upper body moving in one piece, activating the obliques to come back up to center. Abs pulled into the back here, using the exhale. And one more here. And center. Good, so we'll bring the arms down. And then we'll go ahead and do it on the other side since we're here. Reaching the arm, or right hand to the circle. So now we're going side kick kneeling on the other side. So we'll start by lifting and lowering that leg. So again, we're out on a diagonal with a circle. Shoulders down, the arm is straight. Watch that we don't go into internal rotation with the shoulder. Draw it around and back here. So we keep the work out of the neck, out of the traps here. And then one more here. You can bring hand behind the head if you want, or keep it to the hip. We flex, pull the leg in front, and then point, push it back. Now, since we're a little less stable here, you can make the range of motion a little smaller. So we might be able to bring our leg further forward if we didn't have the circle, so maybe shorten it up so we don't end up moving the upper body. And last one, we'll bring it back to center, pushing off that hand to bring it up overhead to side stretch. We go again, side stretch over, and then exhale, pull center. So we're going back to the obliques, we're going on the other side. Again, it always helps when you have a mirror in front of you to kind of see where you are in space. Sometimes we think we have body awareness, but we really don't, or we don't have as much as we think we do. So our body's not in the position we imagine it in our heads. So it's always good to have a mirror or, you know, an instructor, somebody to watch you and make sure when they're at alignment. Let's do one more here. Inhale over. Good, so let's come down. I'm gonna finish off and show you these last two here. So the circle's gonna come here at the base of your sternum into your, somewhere in the middle. So if you have a high belly button like me, it's gonna be like on your belly button. But if you have a normal belly button, it's probably not. It's just gonna be kind of in the middle of your stomach, or middle of your torso. So these are just gonna be some assisted push-ups. So even if you aren't usually able to go down in a push-up, just try it, because the circle really does give you a good assist. So elbows are in, we're coming down, pressing the circle down, and then extend, push up. So this is a good way to kind of get your muscles used to doing it without your knees on the floor, if you're used to modifying it. Inhale down, exhale push. Even if you aren't used to modifying it, it's a good reminder of where your hips are supposed to be. If my hips are up too far, I'm gonna lose a circle, right? So it really teaches you where your hips are supposed to be in those push-ups, which I like to kind of remind people, your push-up isn't with your booty up in there. So the last exercise, coming face down. Take the circle, just gonna work here a little bit into the upper back. So legs extended, hands on top, shoulders down. If you've got tight shoulders, this is gonna be really hard for you. So you can try it, another way you can do it is with a ball. It's smaller, so your arms aren't up as high. So again, if you're all up here into your shoulders, just save this one until you have the mobility to do it without your shoulders all crammed up into your ears. So our head is down below the arms, shoulders are down. So you can start this one off small, you can kind of work up towards it, but we're pressing down into the circle, and then we're coming back down. Inhale, we're pressing down, so we're pressing down to lift, and down. So you see, it's not really an arm exercise, it's a back exercise. So my elbows aren't bent, I'm gonna be more to my biceps there. They're extended, so now the work is through the lat. So it's gonna be all on the side of your back and then the upper part of your back. Rhomboids, all those little muscles in the middle. Inhale, lift, and then lower. Using the breath here. And don't worry about your flexibility, it'll come later. So again, not about how high you can get, but about activating the right muscles to lift yourself up. And then if you want to go a little further, you can hold it up and then practice just pressing, pressing. So this really is going to show you where your work is. So if you're here hard time when your whole body's moving, right? But if I'm holding myself up, it's just gonna be the arms. And then relax them all the way down. Always give yourself a stretch after doing back extensions, so lift the hips, press it back to child's pose, take a stretch. And then those are just a few exercises with the magic circle. So try those out. There's a million variations to those exercises I showed you, but just a good reminder that the magic circle isn't just for the inner thighs, which is a great use for it, don't get me wrong. I love to work the inner thighs, but it's good to have a few other tricks in your tool bag that you can bring out just to show, show your classes that you can do more with magic circle. Thanks for watching.